Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Parikshit, done my master's in embedded system design from IIIT Pune. I would like to present self-balancing robot today. I would like to know if the audience are familiar with these kind of techniques to understand what I would exactly tell you. So I want the audience to be rational and a little bit eccentric towards the physical world or the real applications where you can actually duplicate it using machines. And people should also be capable of interfacing the physical world with digital world. When I say this interfacing of physical world with the digital world is the every uh, quantity which we see or which we find in the real world are analog, in the sense the temperature, the pressure, the humidity, the orientation of a position of a person standing on a plane. What usually happen in these kind of lively examples is we try to balance ourselves on maybe two wheels or a single rope. Here we should understand the principle of gyrometer or a gyroscope, where when there is a motion in two directions, perpendicular directions, then there will be a resultant direction perpendicular to the plane of both the motions. That is how we actually cycle, where in the cycle the wheels rotate in one direction and we try to control by moving the handle in one direction, so that the resultant perpendicular comes down to the base. This is a simple block diagram of our self-balancing robot. Typically, when we have something called self-balancing, it should take some feedback from the real world. So it's a closed loop system where our accelerometer gives the feedback of the position or the orientation. Here we actually have a set point where we call the orientation point, and then the set point is given to the microcontroller, and basing upon the microcontroller set point from the accelerometer, the microcontroller manages how to drive the motor. So power driver is a normal IC which I have shown in the previous slides, L293D. I would tell you about L293D, how we are going to use it. And then the output, which is continuously monitored by the accelerometer, is taken, some part of it is taken and then again fed back to the microcontroller. These are the different values and this is the amplitude of the error. These are different error points, and this is the amplitude of the error at those particular points. When there is an error, the error, if it is not minimized, the error goes on creeping, and then what our integrator does is it actually finds the area from the initial value. From here we actually go on adding the error, and then finally we achieve at some point where we can minimize the error, where the error is minimized. So we actually have a value of ki, which is called as integral constant or a tuning value for the integral. We multiply that value with the integration of this error signal, and then we get the integral value. And then the third one is a differential controller, where we actually differentiate the error and then we multiply it with another tuning factor kd. So once we get all these values of P, I and D controllers, we add those three and then feed it to the microcontroller, so that every time after adding all those three values, the error gets nullified and then it tries to be stable. So working of the system. Accelerometer gives the values of x, y and z coordinates, where x, y and z gives the position values at that particular point, and then it is again fed to the microcontroller. Microcontroller does the subtraction with the set value and xyz values, and then produces the error, and then that error is given to the PID controller, which through which the error is minimized, and depending upon those values we give the supply to the motor, so that the motor goes forward or backward depending upon the values of xyz. This is the basic electronic circuitry which we are going to use. microcontroller with Arduino Uno board. As I told you earlier, we use AVR 328 microcontroller, and then when we use a microcontroller, it can actually source a voltage of about 6 volts to 20 volts at 40 milliamps current, and then we should have a 12 volts H-bridge driver to drive both the motors in two directions. Actually, why we use H-bridges, I'll show you through the data sheet. L293 is the part number of it. This is basically the typical DIP package, dual inline package. This is the basic L293D functional diagram. This configuration shows how we can drive a motor in two directions. Through this we can actually connect either 4 motors which can run in one direction, 2 motors which can run in two directions. So accelerometer, since we are getting the analog analog data from the accelerometer, we directly connect those XYZ to 3 pins of our AVR 328 microcontroller. AVR 328 microcontroller has 6 input channels, so we might not get shortage of the pins, and those analog pins can directly be fed to controller, and we can use Arduino Sketch to write the program. I think I have this. So we can always have this Arduino Sketch. It's a freeware, so we can download it and we can program it easily using Arduino Sketch, and then dump the code. We can get it. These are a few references which I got some material, and thank you.